She never thought she would find herself questioning everything she knew about her marriage. But when a coworker revealed a shocking secret, her world was shattered. What could possibly drive a man to such betrayal? I am a 30-year-old woman who recently discovered that my husband, also 30, has been having an affair with my coworker. She was pregnant at the time when it all began, and we were trying for a baby ourselves.
This is a betrayal on every level imaginable.
We've been married for 4 years since January and have been together since our college days. 2 years into our marriage, we moved states away from where we grew up for his job.
This transition was tough for me.
I wasn't keen on moving, but I loved my husband and wanted to support his career. Given his profession, I always knew this was a possibility. Although I have a teacher's license, the small town we moved to didn't have many teaching opportunities, so I took a temporary job while I mapped out my next steps.
At work, I quickly connected with a coworker who was also a recent transplant and newlywed.
We became fast friends, and soon our husbands would join us for countless hangouts, just the 4 of us. Around 9 or 10 months after our relocation, she announced her pregnancy. I was thrilled for her, and her baby is now 5 months old. During that period, my marriage was relatively stable. I deeply loved my husband but suffered intense homesickness. My yearning to build our own family grew, especially watching my friend during her pregnancy. My husband and I made the decision to try for a baby. However, month after month, I failed to conceive. Each failed attempt added to my feelings of depression, until 5 months later, I finally became pregnant, only to suffer a miscarriage 2 weeks in. Heartbroken, we decided to put family plans on hold and focus on shared dreams like travel. Throughout that time, my friend was a constant support. Unknowingly, I shared intimate details of my life and marriage with her, things I hadn't even confided in my family. But living in a small town has its revelations. One day, a forthright coworker in her 50s texted me, claiming she saw my husband and my coworker inside his truck, parked at a hotel. Immediately, my mind scrambled for a plausible, innocent explanation. But nothing justified why the two would be together in such a situation. Confronting my husband, he insisted he was working elsewhere and the sighting was a mistake. Though internally, I felt my instincts shouting otherwise, I didn't confront my friend about this incident. I feared the answer and felt humiliated. About a month later, my husband mentioned an upcoming 3-day training trip to the mountains.
Coincidentally, my friend requested the same days off. I kept this information to myself, but was far from calm.
That night, I unlocked his phone and discovered texts confirming their plans. A cabin getaway in the mountains designed for intimacy. Their messages revealed they'd been meeting multiple times a week for rendezvous, even at her house with her baby present.
This revelation left me sleepless, consumed with shock and a sense of profound betrayal.
I confronted him first thing in the morning. Despite his initial denial, he eventually blamed our intimate issues and claimed it was merely physical.
He reasoned they were filling a mutual need for physical connection.
Learning. They started the affair while she was still pregnant compounded my misery. So much of my life had been upended for him. This, how deep the betrayal cut.
I've struggled for 2 weeks since uncovering the truth.
Returning to work and facing her daily is a torment only exacerbated by his pleas for another chance. Every coworker knows what transpired, and yet she shows no visible sign of regret. Forgiveness seems so distant. I'm left questioning if reconciliation is even possible, or whether the damage is just too deep.
But here's where it gets even more intense dive into what others had to say. Would she ever find closure?
One comment struck a chord. You don't. It's not about the regret. It's about the actions and the care for a baby's family he disregarded. Another observer dared to ask the hard question. He's not sorry for cheating. He's only sorry he got caught. Could trust ever be rebuilt, or was it long gone? The emotional weight only continued. One user shared their own experience. A tale of surviving infidelity with irrevocable changes. The relationship before is gone forever.
Even if you reconcile, nothing restores the past.
So now, what would you do in her shoes? Could you grant a second chance, or is betrayal this severe always a breaking point? Let me know in the comments below. And if heart-wrenching tales like these grip you, hit that subscribe button so you never miss another. For another story brimming with tension and betrayal, check out the previous video about a vacation in the shadow of betrayal linked in the description.